Me too. I really like these. I like how it doesn't burn out. Can't do better advertising than that.
Oh, definitely not.
Gotta do that before?
No.
No, yeah, that's badass.
Definitely not.
Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be installing one of the new PCV reroutes for a Malibu Equinox terrain setup. I also did a cold air intake on this Equinox. It's a pretty nice intake. It's available on the website supercruises.com. And then this is the PCV reroute that fits with that intake and the factory intake. It's a really nice blue one. I installed one of these on his truck while doing the intake system, but I figured I'd show an installation video and doing the reroutes because since I originally designed these, I send them to customers and kind of walk them through it over the phone and with pictures and stuff, but I figured I'd show an installation video. It's a pretty simple install, pretty nice installation. These work really well. It fixes the intake gurgle problem. It fixes the oil dumping problem where, the PCV system just dumps oil through the turbo and in the intercooler. In the winter, it stops the intercooler icing problem. Unless you have a much more major issue. This helps a lot with the intercooler freezing. You actually get condensation through the turbo and the intercooler, and this stops the ice from filling up the intercooler because it gives it a place to go in the catch basin, and you literally just pour the water out instead. It's a really nice setup, helps with gas mileage. It does a great job, and I just wanted to show this video how to install it. The first thing you need to do is get this nice cover off the engine. This is just for show, and it has a little bit of a sound deadening in it. You have to take the Torx bit screw off of the driver's side of the cover and then take the oil fill cap off the passenger side, pull it out of the way, and then throw the oil fill cap back on so you don't get any dirt or debris in it. I have different versions of my PCV repairs and PCV fixes on the website. For this version, you're going to be cutting this tube that goes from this F-shaped pipe down to the intake. And then what you're also doing is cutting the rubber that goes down to the turbo because we have to reuse these. At the turbo, there's a metal barb that's inside this rubber line. We're going to cap that metal barb. You want to pull the rubber off of it, just like I did in the video. Then what you want to do is cut the other side and remove the plastic. So we have to get this stuff out of the way. The clip going to the intake, if you just pull really hard, the clip will just release. It's one-time use, but we're not using that anymore anyway because the reroute is going to give you new lines for this area. Now what I'm doing is cutting the rear of the rubber line we took off the turbocharger. There's a plastic tube that runs all the way to the back. We have to cut the plastic tube off the plastic barb. And what I did was, I'm showing you how I did it on my Cruze. It's basically the same concept. It's in a slightly different spot on the Cruze than on the Equinox or the Malibu. But if you just follow the plastic tube from the turbo all the way to the back to that valve, you're going to cut it off. And then what you're going to do is reuse that barb. And I have a new line on the PCV reroute that goes to that barb and gets rid of the plastic. Now, in order to install the oil separator properly on an Equinox, Malibu, or a terrain, you have to remove the strut tower bolt. The one closest to the intake, right next to the engine. You remove the bolt, and the bracket that we sent you is designed specifically to fit in there and hold the separator, and it has a press fit holder. So whenever the oil separator fills up with oil or moisture, you can just lift it up, remove the basin, drain the basin, and then put it back in, and it continues to do its job. And again, I try to keep everything as simple as possible and as easy as possible for things to function on these engines. Each one of these kits comes with a cap and a clamp, and after you remove the rubber hose off this barb going to the turbo, you're just going to slide the rubber cap and clamp on, and that will this area is under vacuum, so that'll cap it off perfectly, and you won't have to worry about anything happening at the turbo. The entire kit is pre-built for you as much as I can get it and be able to fit it in the box safely for shipping. So basically, all the hoses are set up, and once you cut the two little pieces off the engine, everything will line up in place and work correctly. So what you need to do is at the ends of the pre-made hoses, there's fittings that thread into the oil separator. You just want to spin those in place and then tighten them down. It doesn't take much because they're O-ringed, so you just need a little bit of tweaking on it. you're going to drop the canister back in place and then lay out everything, and you'll see where it goes. So the little rubber hose goes in the back of the engine to that rear PCV. The larger one goes to the F-shaped tube that we cut the plastic pipe off of. And then you have a part on your factory intake or the Super Cruze's cold air intake that quick connects in place. So it's just a simple drop in and lock in. And then if you ever have to remove it, there's a release on the side of it. So if you ever have to pull the intake off, you can. Then obviously everything's designed to fit with the factory GM cover. And then here's a shot of the cold air intake with the wastegate and the new PCV reroute for the Malibu Terrain and the Equinox. Just so you can enjoy what it might sound like in your truck. That way before you purchase it, you kind of know how this stuff works and looks.